Just want to give you a little quick unboxing. This is the original Sims.
Today I have an unboxing for everyone. So the Sims 2 Double Deluxe, it comes with 3 games. It comes with the Sims 2 base game, the Sims 2 Nightlife, and the Sims 2 Celebration Stuff Pack.
Look at him! He's just watching TV! While I do the manual labor! That's what he wanted me for! The manual labor!
It's a game about people. Not real people, but simulated people. The Sims.
When you turn it on, you never know what's going to happen. Every time you play it, it's kind of a surprise.
It is hot as hell in this funky ass, hot ass room I'm in. Is that the Grim Reaper?
The Sims 4, in my opinion, it's not really a Sims game. It's a life simulation game, for sure, but it's not The Sims.
Will Wright has sold 15 million games that have no monsters, no shootouts, not even winners and losers. He's made games out of making life work.
Alright, let's be real. The Sims is an addiction. You start up the game and be like, hey, I'm just gonna make a nice little house, or I'm just gonna make one sim, see where it goes, see where the wind takes me. Maybe live a whole life with a wholesome family. And then an hour goes by, and then all of a sudden, your sim is either dead because you didn't take care of his needs, because you forgot about something, he's making friends with the fucking Grim Reaper, or maybe you're trying to experiment on ways that you could just kill him in a swimming pool or some shit. Either way, something unexpected is probably going to happen. And that's probably why I started liking The Sims in the first place. Because at its core, The Sims is all about freedom. And it's pure chaos. You can be an architect, a writer, a thief, just basically whatever you want. And that's kind of why I love it. It just gives you complete control of the experience. Plus, every Sims game has a mix of creativity, just random, emergent storytelling or whatever. And just, like I said, complete control. That's why me and so many other players just keep coming back to the old games. So I kind of want to just break it down and talk about what each game actually does best in their own right. Because believe it or not, these games mean a lot to me, and I kind of been playing them since I was born. I came out the womb playing The Sims 1. So, yeah. Alright, so boom. You got The Sims 1, the very first one in its iteration. It literally invented life simulation games as we know it. When you think of a life sim, you think of The Sims. Alright, it's in the name. I think this game still holds up to this day. It was literally the first for everything. Like, bro, the AI in the game made Sims feel kind of autonomous, unpredictable. Like I said, it's kind of a thing for the franchise. Unpredictability? I don't know how to spell that. And every time you did something, it would lead to something actually crazy and kind of funny, depending on what it was. Like, you have no idea when I first started playing this game how many fires I started with my guy Bob. Like, I started that shit. That shit traumatized me. Like, I still remember it to this day. And it was like 15 years ago. Probably longer. Actually, yeah, longer. I forgot how time works. The base game of The Sims 1 was actually deep for its time. You could progress careers, have relationships. The build mode in the game was actually good. It actually was good. I could build pretty much whatever I want. I saw a dude build a fucking Simpsons house, which was like, whoa, I'm not that creative. I see you are, guy. With the expansions though, like, it's kind of crazy once you see how many expansions there are now in The Sims 4 compared to what expansions did all the way back then in The Sims 1 and what they brought to the game. Like, boom, hot date, really good expansion. You could actually leave your house and touch grass. You could go to the mall, go to a restaurant. It introduced a more social dynamic. And hey, that's kind of what The Sims is about. Maybe. Depending on who you are. Alright, so now fast forward to The Sims 2. Now, not only is it about the regular Sims gameplay, now it's about storytelling. Because that's what it's really coming down to. The stories we could tell in this game about telling stories. Let's relax. So, this game brought aging. You couldn't age in The Sims 1. It was really just you had a child and an adult. and I think you had a senior or elder, whatever it was called. But this one actually had full life stages. You can age. There was genetics where you could make your Sims feel like real families. Kids could inherit traits for their parents. Like, come on, bruh. You could play on one playthrough for a long time, creating a whole bunch of generations. That's a generation's worth of stories. It has wants and fears, which added even more personality to your little dudes, aka your Sims. And the best part is people were making machinimas about this game. That's how you know the stories in the game were worth telling, because people were making their own little freaking character arcs and stories. Just making their own machinimas. I don't think I've ever watched machinimas since Sims 2 or maybe Halo. It's interchangeable. But yeah, for The Sims though, I haven't watched machinimas since Sims 2. I was locked in. The game had the University expansion pack and introduced the young adult age of Sims. I don't know how we didn't have that before, but now we did. You could go to college, you could sleep in a dorm. It added so much gameplay, and you actually had to do work. Your Sim had to do work or not. You don't have to do it. But what was to be the point? You want to party all day and make out with a whole bunch of Sims? Come on, bruh. That's what I did. Oh yeah, and this game had cars that actually pulled out of the driveway instead of teleporting to the side of the road or something. Like, I don't know, for me, that just screams immersion. You could see compilation videos of the little details they put in The Sims 2 that aren't in The Sims 3 or 4. It's like, whoa. I don't know. Sims 2 is peak immersion. That's when like it had the most soul in the franchise. Even though Sims 3 is probably close, but I don't know. Sims 2 just oozes immersion. Like, oh my god. All right. So now we're at The Sims 3. Sims 3 for me is my favorite Sims game. That's not to say those other Sims games that came before it are worse. It's just my personal favorite. And you know why? It's because of the open world. You see, for me, every time I wanted to go somewhere else in The Sims 2, it would be a loading screen. So essentially taking that out, moving from one plot of the land to another, going from A to B with no loading screens? Come on, bro. You can't tell me that doesn't feel good to do. Just, I don't know, something about going from A to B with no interruptions, no loading screens was just so fire. And that's what really kept me going. You know what else kept me going? The Create a Sim. You could create your own style, pretty much a color wheel, and it made decorating things or decorating your character, changing your hair color, your eye color to whatever you want. It made the game feel endless. Like you could really have endless replayability. You know what else feels endless? The expanded personalities and traits. You could pretty much mix and match whatever traits you wanted, creating a different personality every time you play. It would make The Sims feel more dynamic, and there would be special interactions depending on what traits you had, which is like, I don't think any other Sims game has that, low key. So it's like, hey, pretty unique to The Sims 3. The expansion packs too, like seasons, like you don't understand how locked in I was for seasons before it came out and after it came out. I watched every reveal trailer, every EA live stream that they were showing off the seasons expansion pack, where you just go in like the park and there'll be all these little stands like kissing booths and what was it, roller skating and stuff. It was so cool. It's the best expansion pack, and besides, like, it's either tied with seasons or university life for me, honestly. I don't know why, but in these games, university life and just college in general is just, I really like it. It's just something about going off to college and having essentially a new experience different from your regular stay-at-home Sims life that is just really engrossing. Don't ask me to spell that. Like, for the university life and seasons, I guess, and late night, low-key, they kind of add depth and realism, especially with seasons. It could change the weather. Imagine playing this game before seasons came out and there was no weather. Come on, bro. It's a night and day. Unfortunately, now we're at The Sims 4. And don't get me wrong, I actually really like The Sims 4. It's just something different about The Sims 4 that kind of didn't keep me locked in as the other Sims games. I can go back to pretty much any of the 3 Sims games, but Sims 4, I don't know. But it's still a good game though. The build mode in the game is fire. It is the most easiest build mode to get into. I suck at building, but for some reason it makes me feel nice. You have like these little blueprints and stuff that you could place down if you don't even know how to make a room at all. The customization in the build mode itself, you can move entire rooms just from point A to point B. It's so easy. It's so accessible. Don't ask me to spell that either. I think the creative sim in the game is actually really fire. The way you can just sculpt and pretty much move any part of the body to anywhere you want. Even though I do think it is low-key limiting, but limiting in the way that like you only have a certain amount of room you can move it. I wish there was less restriction, but hey, it is what it is. There is no creative style, so you pretty much have to pick different presets, which is like, I don't know, I barely use creative style, but I like that it was there. I'd rather it be there than not. Oh, the art style in the game. I think I saw a couple of people online, like, they don't really mess with the art style of The Sims 4, but I do. I really like that cartoonish art style. It kind of reminds me of like the Old Republic for Star Wars. I don't know, it's kind of really good to look at. I really enjoy looking at it. I mess with the Sims 3 kind of realistic art style it was going for, but the Sims 4, it just looks the most pleasing to the eye for me, low-key. What also is pretty cool about the Sims 4 is that they can finally multitask, aka they can just do two things at the same time, eating and talking while pooping. Like, come on, bro. I'm surprised I wasn't even in The Sims 3. Maybe they never thought about it because, you know, people in real life can't do two things at the same time, like me. But what absolutely is the worst part about The Sims 4 is the amount of DLC there is in this game. There is at least $1,000 worth of DLC in this game, which is outrageous. Sims 3, all expansion packs combined, are not even near $1,000, and you can probably get them all in a collection for very cheap. Sims 2, maybe the same thing. Actually, Sims 2, definitely the same thing. I seen that re-release on Steam probably like a month or two ago, so you could probably get that. And same with the Sims 1. But the Sims 4, they want to pretty much build the game from the ground up with each little DLC, charge you 20 to 40 bucks with each DLC that kind of should just be a free update, low key. But no, they want to nickel and dime you for every DLC, even though pretty much everything that is in the DLC is probably in a previous game. I don't know, man, that just rubs me the wrong way. Too much DLC. Last time I played it, it still had too much DLC, which was 3 years ago. Nope, that's a lie. 2 years ago. To me, it's kind of crazy to get a full Sims experience like you would with The Sims 2 or The Sims 3. The amount of DLC you actually have to buy is just mind-boggling. And I'm not buying all that DLC. That's crazy. But at the same time, I feel like it's the community who keeps the games like The Sims 4 afloat. Because let's be honest, this amount of DLC is just highway robbery. But the community honestly makes up for it.
The real lesson of The Sims is unharnessing the creative power of grassroots citizens to contribute to the design and development of a game. They thought of it from the very beginning as a tool set for people to tell their own stories, to set their own goals, not a kind of rigidly railed interactive experience, but a participatory culture.
This participatory culture has resulted in over 200 websites in 14 languages, all dedicated to The Sims and objects you can download into the game.
Well, one way to look at this whole community thing is it's like an ecology. And so we have a lot of different fan sites occupying different niches in this ecology. Certain ones are dependent on others.
There are all kinds of websites out there with fan-created content like superhero skins, horror themes, period costumes, and even unpixelated naked Sims.
The Sims community is basically just a giant bubble for anybody who likes creating stories, just building homes, showing them off, or just messing around with other people's Sims. It's like a place where you could just connect with people who are also loving The Sims, which is kind of fire, no cap. You know, whether it be on like Reddit or Mod The Sims or just wherever, you're gonna have people who also like doing the same thing, which I think is kind of cool. You got people on there sharing what kind of things their Sim went through, sharing how their Sim started a fire out of a salad somehow, or people just giving advice on how to build a dream house, or the Simpsons house, because I do want to do that, or like the Family Guy house especially. That's fire. But the mods though, Oh my god, the mods, dude, mods let you do pretty much anything in this game. You could add new hairstyles, turn the game into a whole experience. I saw they had a Sims 4 mod that lets you join a gang. They had a Sims 4 mod that lets you just freaking murder people. They had a Sims 4 mod that lets you turn into a superhero. Pretty much, it's like, low-key, I would put it on the level with Skyrim, honestly. Like, Sims modding and Skyrim modding are low-key on par for me. Obviously, I think Skyrim has more mods, but like in terms of the amount of ways you can just shape your game into whatever game you want, essentially, I feel like it's on par. And it's crazy to me. Like, you can just make your game into literally any type of game and have any type of experience that you want. Like, the modding community keeps the game feeling fresh. After your 89th playthrough, you're gonna want your Sims to have maybe more realistic emotions. They got a mod for that. You want your Sims to look super cool, like super fashionable, or, you know, live in a totally new home you want to be able to build yourself, aka me. They got a mod for that too. You got a mod where you can add a custom world to The Sims 3. Of course, they have plenty of custom worlds. You can do whatever you want. They got a mod where you change the story progression in The Sims 3, which I feel like you kind of need, because story progression by EA is not even like that. And by like that, I mean, I don't even know if it's there. But with this, I know if it's there, because it's way better. Honestly, the mods can take your game from basic life simulator to next level next level craziness, chaotic. What? Chaos. And the best part, you're not stuck with just base game content or expansion packs. People in the Sims community, aka like Mod the Sims or something, they're always updating their mods. They're fixing bugs that EA hasn't got to, or they're just keeping the game evolving in ways Maxis, is it Maxis? I don't know. Maxis or EA or whatever, they could never do, because they're too busy selling you $40 to $20 expansion packs. So yeah, for me, just like Skyrim, this game has pretty much unlimited replayability. You can pretty much find whatever mods you want and shape the experience into whatever you want. It doesn't matter if you're a really just really good builder in The Sims, or you just want a different dramatic experience for your Sims life. The modding in the game has something for everyone. So yeah, it doesn't matter if you're playing The Sims 3, 2, 4, even 1. Like, the mods for every single Sims game has pretty much every single type of mod, and make the game way more fun and customizable. So I'll be surprised if you're playing this far and you've been playing the game for this long and you haven't at least tried some mods. Let's be real. Sims 4 started a trend of breaking the game into a million different expansion packs, charging each little gameplay feature that was in previous Sims game, maybe in a regular expansion pack or just an update or something, into a DLC. It basically feels like it's selling us pieces of itself. One overpriced DLC after overpriced DLC at a time. But now people are starting to make their own games. People are starting to poke their heads in the life simulation genre. Because basically, for a while, EA's essentially had a monopoly on that genre. And I guess until now. Because games like Paralives, Enjoy, and RIP, but Life by You are low-key making an appearance, and I'm all for it, because I'm tired of looking at The Sims 4, bro. I'm tired of it. I've been keeping track on updates for a game like Life by You, which for me, at first, I was really hyped for, because when I started looking at it, it was coming out pretty much a couple months. I was like, oh my god, there's another life simulation game coming out by Paradox, people who I think published Crusader Kings 3, a game that I really like. Pretty cool. But you know, I would follow, you know, I was really getting into it, and I don't really buy into hype, but I was getting into it. I would watch every single, you know, developer update and gameplay showcase or whatever it was. And, you know, a couple months later after I found it, they canceled it. And I was like, damn, it was a setback, because it really looked good. And it was going to launch in early access, you know, do all that stuff. You know, they were going to develop it while the game, you know, while we played the game. I was like, okay, I'm ready. Then they delayed it. I was like, okay, cool. It's an early access game, you know, it's still in development. They need their time, because, you know, this is a difficult genre to get into, you know? Can't lie. That's why not many games have done it, because it's so ambitious. Then, a couple months later, after they delayed it, they canceled it. And I'm like, wow, why would you do that to me? I was really hyped for this game. You know, my initial thought process was like, hey, another developer is making a life simulation? Maybe more indie devs are stepping up, meaning EA might actually have to lock in and, you know, innovate. AKA, kind of like Madden. Like, EA is the only company making Madden, so if people come out with, like, if 2K makes a Madden, that means, like, they're gonna have to lock in. So, same thing would be for this type of genre. Nope, they canceled it. But shortly after I found out that they canceled it, I saw a game called Pair Lives, which is, it kind of looks like The Sims 4, can't lie. With the art style at least, but even more cartoony, which I really like. I love this art style. I love it. It looks fire. Like, I can get sold on this type of art style. The customization looks fire. The furniture, it looks like I'm cool with games like this taking their time. Like, I'd rather just come out and not be in early access when it comes out. I'd rather just like, hey, take your time, make the game. It's gonna be fire, I hope. Even the character creation in the game kind of seems different than The Sims. It seems like it's gonna go even deeper. I haven't seen any microtransactions, which means, hey, that's a plus for me. That's +2. I don't know what that means, but it's cool. No microtransactions in a single player game. Fire. At least for now, that's what I've seen. But you know what else I've seen and have been playing is Zoe. Now, oh my god, this game, I was like stunned on how this game would even like work, because look at it. This game looks like real fucking life. This game looks like real life. I've never seen a game with these type of graphics, and especially in a life sim. Closest thing is like Sims 3. Now, this game is on par with, you know, your average AAA RPG like Cyberpunk, or what's another good looking game like not Battlefield. But this game looks like real life, and I can't get over that. Look at these fucking models. Look at these face models. Like, look at this. I've never seen this ever in my life, and I got so hyped when I was actually playing the demo and stuff and making my own Zoe. I was gonna say sim. And ever since I found out about this game after Life by You got canceled, I was like, yo, the timing of this could not be any greater, because I was like, oh man, they canceled Life by You. And a week later, I found out Zoe is coming out. Other people, I think they made PUBG or something like that, which is kind of weird, but I don't know. I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that. But the art style they were going for is extreme realism, which is freaking crazy. I've never seen a game that looks like this, and I've been playing it too because it came out early access Thursday. I'm like, yo, I can see it. I literally can see it. When I started playing it, I was like, yo, this is the first time. It's like the first time I played The Sims 3. You can drive your own car. Like I said, the character creator, more hairstyles would be cool, but it's early access, you know what I mean? The social interactions are way more in depth than The Sims. It's not like very generic. Like, you get to choose specifically when you want to talk about. The Smart Zoe feature, which is like AI personality based on what you type in the little text box, I haven't used, but I will use it, even though it is a resource chunk. That didn't make sense. The only thing that I was like, whoa, I don't know how to do this. It's more complicated. The build mode is just way more complicated. Like, I don't know what the hell I'm doing, which is weird because this build mode, like, all you got to do is just build a wall, build a square, build a roof, build a basketball court, do whatever. You just got to build. But it seems like the controls are different. I feel like I got to double click, you know, to move some stuff around, which is really weird. I wish I could change my keybinds too. I really do, because I'm not a fan of these keybinds, man. I'm not a fan of the way, you know, you move your dude, but overall, fire. It's probably the closest thing I've had to playing The Sims for the first time, and I hope it does well. It's a fire game, and it's gonna leave an impression on me in the next 6 months if it updates way more and has more shit to do in the world and stuff. Fire. I'm hyped for it. But yeah, even though there are pretty much more life sim games coming out, The Sims as a franchise will always like stick to my childhood and me right now, because I still play The Sims 3 from time to time. It's always going to stick with me. And even if Enjoy or Paralyzed doesn't do good, I will still have The Sims 3 because I like that game. Actually, no, I love that game. Just being able to make whatever character I want and pretty much do whatever I want in an RPG-like game is kind of the perfect game for me. And yeah, it's always going to be near and dear to my heart. Pretty much every Sims game, even Sims 4. So yeah, I think we need more games like this, and I'm glad we're getting them.